I'm funny because I tire. The rest at home, as a human being, I'm not a lazy, so I have to come out early to come and start working. I'm even happy that we resume work.
Others maintain that the break was long enough for people to catch up with their friends and family.
I was happy when we go for workers' holiday. We're enjoying because of from Friday to Monday. I will enjoy with my family. As I will return today, we come back to the normal activities.
The holiday was refreshing. It was a long weekend. We actually had family time and we're glad to be back to work.
The workers say with the renewed energy gained, efficient productivity is assured for the country. Asabetanimo Williams, NTA News.
Funding from the federal government has helped keep schools in the FCT operational, even in the face of daunting challenges. The Director of Finance and Accounts FCT UBEB, Ibrahim Sabo, says 60% of the funds from federal government have been committed to funding primary schools in the territory. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni has more.
Universal Basic Education Board is the regulatory and coordinating body for all basic education and schools of special needs in the FCT. With this mandate, it is also in charge of managing the infrastructure development of the schools. With the funds specially set aside for infrastructure development, UBEB says it pays special attention on upgrading infrastructures with prompt response to requests for renovations. FCT UBEB says all government schools, including some private schools, benefit from the three sources of funding.
FCT Universal Basic Education Board has been one of the suburbs that have been doing very, very well. For us in FCT, the FCT has been able to access its counterpart funds up to 2019. So you can see that in FCT, there's no problem of accessibility of counterpart funds.
We have what we call the non-counterpart funding aspect of the UBE program. Under the non-counterpart fund, we have the TPD, that's Teachers Professional Development. The Commission provides a fund for the training of teachers yearly so that our teachers will be up to date in new method of teaching in our schools. And we have the self-help project. That one is done directly to communities. If communities have projects they want to do, very laudable project, they will present the project, we submit it to the commission, and the commission assists the community directly in funding that project.
From all gathered, FCT seems to be having a considerable smooth sail in the management of its schools' infrastructures, at least judging by the structures on ground. Though in any situation, there is room for improvement, and this is the task before the coordinating authorities. But in all of this, what is more reassuring in FCT schools is the safety measures put in place to help curtail the spread of COVID-19. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
Meanwhile, over 2,000 languages are spoken in Africa, with multilingualism a common feature of everyday life. Though millions of school pupils aren't taught in the mother tongue, Nigeria, for instance, is a country with a huge range of languages but just one official language. Hadiza Godwin Ebune sought out the opinion of language experts and now reports.
Language, they say, is the most powerful instrument for preserving and developing tangible and intangible heritage. Educationists highlight the importance of mother tongue to education and encourage schools to promote educational instructions in mother tongue, as mother tongue brings unity and inspires solidarity.
We strive to promote the indigenous language by producing teachers in those areas so that we will try to ensure that these languages do not go into extinctions. Because parents nowadays have little or no time for their children and do not even speak the language at home.
Experts say speaking the mother tongue is a right everyone must not take for granted, especially in places where mother tongue is threatened by more dominant languages. It is advised that mother tongue be introduced in schools in order to keep the fast eroding culture of Nigeria, especially as mother tongue and culture goes hand in hand.
In a matter of 20 years' time to come, we find it difficult to speak any of these languages because people think it is local to speak your mother tongue.
Language experts say one can easily identify and understand the cultural background of other cultural aspects like dances, dressing, marriage and cuisines of other culture. Nigeria has over 50 languages and more than 250 dialects and ethnic groups. Every tribe has its own language, which is their unique identity. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
Peace, love, and unity can only be achieved when there is attitudinal change amongst all. This is the consensus of many who spoke to Chinwe Ugochukwu on the danger of hate speech that has affected almost every aspect of life.
It is about speaking evil about somebody or derogatory comment about someone. And the dangers are so many. First, it leads to disunity among communities. Second, it leads to state of unrest, insecurity.
It's an abuse war. It can make people to be against each other. It can create war. It can create so many abnormalities in the country.
The society has become very, very polarized. You understand? When someone is being given an appointment, the first thing they look at is, what is the name? They say, because he's not an Igbo man, or because he's not an Hausa man, or because he's a Yoruba man. That is part of hate speech. So there are some hate speech that are not too destructive, but they convey very dangerous meaning. So hate speech has really, really caused a lot of harm in our society, especially now.
Observers agree that for any country or society to develop, everyone must desist from hate speech and embrace love and unity.
All those crises that we are seeing in these Nigerians, to be frank, to me, hate speech is one of the things that cause all those things we are seeing. Most especially the youth. They should mind the way they talk, because hate speech has caused a lot of things in this country.
Hate speech can endanger the society, the nation, in very many ways. One, there will be hatred between the community, between tribes and what have you. A Yoruba man would say, I will not have anything to do with an Hausa man. Hausa man would say, I will not have anything to do with the Igbo man. And yet, we are supposed to collectively develop Nigeria. What we can do is to make sure that it's likely going to divide us. We don't emphasize them. And then we embrace and promote things that will bring unity and amity.
Hate speech, I don't know how it came about, but something made it to become like that. So if we are seeing, if people are expressing themselves by way of their talking, it should be looked into. People cannot just wake up and start manipulating things.
Nigeria, like other countries, is facing a lot of challenges of insecurity, among others. It is expected that all must work together by playing the role of brotherliness and avoid speeches that incite violence. Chinwe Ugochukwu, NTA News.
May 5th, international community is recognizing the significant roles midwives play by providing life-saving services to pregnant women, ensuring safe delivery of babies as well as healthy mothers. Habiba Oladipo reports that the theme for this year's commemoration of Midwives Day is Follow the Date, Invest in Midwives.
Nurses and midwives form an integral part of the hospital system as they play a vital role in providing health services as they devote their lives to caring for mothers and children in their communities. The 2021 theme for the commemoration of the International Midwives Day, Follow the Data, Invest in Midwives is advocating the investment in quality midwifery care around the world, improving sexual, reproductive, maternal, newborn, child and adolescent health. The World Health Organization says to achieve universal health coverage by 2030, the world needs 9 million more nurses and midwives.
Midwives play an important advocacy role in protecting the rights of women, girls and fellow midwives by ensuring they can exercise their full human rights, especially their rights to reproductive and sexual health.
The International Confederation of Midwives has celebrated the work of nurses on May 5th since 1992 each year, with themes to motivate its member associations, partners, stakeholders to raise awareness about the status of midwives and the essential care they provide to mothers and their newborns and families. Habiba Oladipo, NTA News.
Understanding the very best way to care for the ear, experts say, will go a long way in aiding hearing, thereby preventing hearing loss. Deborah Gazashi-Maika in this report spoke with an ear, nose and throat expert, Dr. Wanda Brown, who advised regular ear check for timely intervention.
Findings show that anytime one experiences sound above 85 decibel, it can damage his hearing permanently, with the projection of World Health Organizations that 1 in every 4 persons will live with some degree of hearing loss by the year 2050. Dr. Wanda Brown advises that it is important that people get enlightened on how to take care of the ear.
There are certain drugs that damage the ears. They call them ototoxic drugs. Like the one called aminoglycoside, those drugs they use in treating TB. Even some aspirin. So it's important to recognize that all drugs must be taken by the physician or the doctor. And if they know that these drugs are ototoxic, the doctor will monitor you and see when you degenerate.
He discourages the use of items to clean the ear, noting that the ear cleanses itself and the wax is like saliva to the mouth.
Even simple wax in the ear blocks the ear. Wax is a normal production. It is produced by some glands in the ear. It's normal. But in some people, they don't clear the oil, so it accumulates and causes infection and causes hearing loss. Coming home now, there are people who use what they call ear pods or ear disc. Yes, those things should be discouraged. Use it to clean ear, use feathers and all those things. Those ones distort the normal anatomy and the normal physiology of the ear and can cause problems with that.
Since hearing loss can occur in children, the ENT doctor encourages that people go for regular screening of their ears. Deborah Gazaji-Maika, NTA News.
And now figures from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as of 3rd May 2021 indicate 6 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 19,800, while active cases stand at 539, and the number of discharged cases in the territory put at 19,095. Sadly, 166 deaths have been recorded so far in the FCT. Welcome back. You're still watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. The true Islamic Brotherhood is hinged on selfless dealings that tend to promote the well-being of humanity, as well as helping the poor and needy with some basic necessities of life, as Allah enjoins in the glorious Quran. In line with this injunction, the Jamaat Ansarud At-Tijaniya Islamic non-governmental organization has flagged off a nationwide distribution of food items to the vulnerable. Abdullahi Ajia brings us details of this report.
Catering for the less privileged in society forms one of the cardinal objectives and dream vision of Jam'iyatul Ansaratin At-Tijaniyya founder and members for many decades. One of its lofty programs is the annual distribution of food items to those in need. This year's handout in Ramadan was expanded to accommodate more people across the country, with the FCT flagging off at the Entata Memorial Mosque, Abuja.
It's part of our duty as charitable, non-governmental and Islamic-based organization, generally to see how to add value, to see how to reduce the gap between have and the have-not in the society. When they're in the holy months, Islam is not only taking a mat to pray in the mosque or keeping a long beard. It's part of it, but the essence of Islam and the teaching of this Ramadan for us to remain with some hunger and thirst generally is to test that, to testify that there are other people also living in Nigeria, living in the world, living as humans that cannot afford 3 square meal.
We are very happy about this issue. The Ansaruddin At-Tijani are doing for this our mosque, Sunusi Entata, Juma'at Mosque at Central area.
I'm very much happy, and I pray for Almighty God to call for some people that are capable to do so and make it and help us in this way.
On the occasion, the significance of giving out charity and zakat for the purity of wealth and Allah's mercy was re-emphasized, calling on government, wealthy individuals and corporate organizations to always assist the poor and needy.
If all wealthy individuals will obey Allah's injunction on giving charity and zakat to the needy, it will go a long way in addressing poverty.
Thereafter, the gesture was taken to Buhari community, where the Sarkin Buhari lauded the initiative targeted at alleviating the
development and quality of life in the family. The roles women assume in the family are uncountable as they double up as wife, leader, administrator, managers of family income, mother, to mention but a few.
We are multitasking. A mother can do so many things as a particular, and she can go to extra length to put food on the table.
Women are trying, because when there's no money, even you hide it inside your house, you try to bring it out because you don't want your children to be hungry.
In our culture, especially Nigerians, your role as a woman is to bear children, cook for the family, or probably you go to the farm and bring food that you cook.
Despite these numerous contributions of women in the family, she still suffers some setbacks and marginalization for being a woman.
A man is a man, a woman is a woman. There are some certain issues if you want to discuss, you must involve the women. But there are some of them, if you want to discuss, you will not involve them. But generally, in my culture, women cannot inherit.
The immediate past chairperson of Federation of Female Lawyers, Theresa Ikenga, in her strong terms, urged women to challenge any unfavorable treatment meted against them by men.
Challenge it. Please don't shy away because of cost of engaging a lawyer and going to court. There are lawyers that do pro bono cases, free cases. FIDA does free cases for women, especially the indigent women.
Many believe that women deserve to be respected, loved and cared for. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, NTA News.
Nigerians Victor Moses voted man of the match in Russia's club's victory as UEFA is to allow 26-man squad at 2020 European Championship, and Irish Tanya Watson has assured that she will be heading to Tokyo this summer after securing an Olympic place. Okay, we'll bring you that report in our next bulletin. Don't forget, COVID-19 vaccine is free. Please avail yourself the opportunity to be vaccinated. It is the effective way of curtailing the spread of the virus. Thanks for watching the news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Aisha Oba Ali. Good afternoon.